my Marvel shirt on.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Actually, I don't even want to be on camera for this.
All right, kids.
And that's why you should watch the YouTube.
There's our intro. Again, I don't want to be on camera for this. Welcome back to another episode of The Capes and Lunatics. Of course, it's me, Phil, and of course, the only other person who would discuss this movie with me.
Lilith Hellfire, disappointed mama.
That's right, kids, because we're going to be talking Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Should have watched this movie.
Honestly?
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, this one felt more like we have to do it, but
they didn't.
You think just because, the Snyderverse is over, they just didn't give a crap?
Oh, that's absolutely what it is. But also, you have to remember this movie was supposed to come before The Flash, and that's why the Flash end scene is like that big tribute to DC and stuff. And spoilers, we get the ending that we get. It's like, okay.
Were there end credits? I didn't even sit through it. Were there?
Yeah, it was end credits. It was dumb. It has to do with what I texted you.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't even say for the end credit. We'll get there. Well,
you said the cockroach, but he ate a cockroach, during the movie.
Yeah, it's a callback to that. That's the end of the DC. Yeah, we'll get there.
Well, that's a fitting end to this iteration.
A cockroach sandwich. Yeah,
a cockroach. Yeah.
Anyway, this is crazy that it took so long to make a sequel to the only DCEU movie that made $1 billion fucking dollars. Are you kidding me? And now, look, I loved everything about the movie except for Jason Momoa as Aquaman and Mira's stale, stiff, no chemistry kind of situation that we had.
The first one?
Yeah, like the first one is one you can watch the sound off with. I think that it was beautifully shot. I really enjoyed it was like the best CGI in all of DCEU. And honestly, modern Marvel, if we're going to be honest, like what was going on at that time and even now. It had a lot of ups. It had James Wan doing the underwater like horror stuff too. I really enjoyed Yahya Mateen was looking like so Yahya Mateen was actually supposed to get a spinoff movie, but we know because he's black, Walter Hamada and now whoever's running said, "Nah, we ain't doing that." The Breach was what they pitched, and they said initially yes, and that was gonna be the secret like Black Manta like in between movie to really because everybody loved Yahya Mateen, everybody loved Black Manta and wanted to know more. And they kind of just blew that momentum. And that's the big thing about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Like, had it come out not so late, I think it would have been better received. Also, it's giving Jennifer, if you know the whole situation about the original, like, Bennifer, right? So, like, they did Geely, and then Kevin Smith had her in Jersey Girl, and everybody hated Geely, so they cut her out of, they literally killed her in Jersey Girl. Like, there was so much more shot, and that's kind of what happened to Amber Heard. And instead of recasting, we have Elon Musk to thank for Amber Heard still being in this fucking movie. So fuck you again, Elon.
Well, it's so weird because, she gets injured by Black Manta, so she's out of the movie for a while. So I'm like, okay, they wrote her out of the movie. Okay, but then she's back
and she complained about it. We didn't miss it. And allegedly, this was always supposed to be a bromance movie. I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. Also, no Willem Dafoe because he dude 2021 through 2023 has been Willem Dafoe. He has been in so many freaking movies, so busy. It's such a detriment. Like, shout out to Nicole Kidman doing her best. Like, I enjoyed the mother-son scenes. Like, we get to see that, and also we get to see his dad scenes. I was so afraid we were gonna kill the dad, right? Like, father for a father, and like they almost did, but they just injured him. So I was just like, okay, that's cool. But I think it still would have been a little bit of poetic justice because we don't really need his human dad around because I feel like you lived your life on the land and you didn't make much of it. Now you're king of Atlantis. You need to go be king of Atlantis. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot. You got to unite the 7 seas because it's a mess down there. I mean, you got your baby,
Yeah, I get what they were going for, but I'm kind of sick of like biker slacker Aquaman.
Yeah, it's just not my Aquaman. You know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
It's such a disappointment. Like, and I listen. I love Jason Momoa in anything but this. I really feel like they should have given him Bobo instead of Aquaman.
Yeah, that would have been a better fit.
And which we might still get maybe somewhere down the line. But he's over working out and stuff now, so like he's a little older. He's gone through that divorce with Lisa Bonet. It's really messed with his head a little bit. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna want to work with him again necessarily.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, again,
He phoned it in. Like everybody, like
yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Everybody phoned it in.
As much as I didn't like him in the first one, yeah, I could. In this one, I was like, ugh, yeah, no, I could tell he was phoning it in.
Yeah, 5 years. I literally, it showed me in my memories, in my Google photo memories. They're like 5 years ago, and I was just like,
on Facebook, it was like, yeah, 2018 when we went and saw the first one. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, me standing in front of the picture of Nicole Kidman as Atlanta, right? I was just like, oh my god, so long ago, pre-pandemic. It's just so much has changed, and like this DCU has been dead, and it's like they could have. Instead, Blue Beetle should have been the last movie because it was so insignificant, right? We all know he's not coming back no matter what James Gunn like tries to dance around. Like we should have had Aquaman in July instead of Blue Beetle. And I think that might have actually saved it and gave it even just a little bit more momentum and gave us that like wash the taste out of the Flash out of our mouth at least. I don't think that Blue Beetle was a good DC movie to do that because it was just like, okay, where does this land? This is like, you know, the first like all Latin you know, acting, and you know, and it doesn't matter. I think that it should have been a Christmas movie and we should have got Aquaman earlier. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that would work. I was gonna say,
because we did have that one of the end credit scenes of Flash and Aquaman. It just would have made more sense. And it would have made more money too. Like I don't think anybody's going out of their way outside of us crazy cats to see this during the holiday season. It's not a holiday movie, even though it's a movie quote unquote about family. He's not Vin Diesel, so this is not the family that I care about.
Wait, so is this a just a projection, or they know they're calling for 40 million over the 4-day weekend because this is the Christmas weekend, kids. So 40 million for over the 4-day weekend.
That's so low.
Well, I saw somebody a couple days ago. They were tracking it. They said, "Oh, this is going to do worse than the Marvels."
No, I don't think it's going to do worse than the Marvels. I honestly don't. I think there's still Snyder Bros out there. There's still people that really love Jason Momoa. They're really happy that even though they feel like that Amber Heard should have been killed and or recast, they did really, really reduce her screen time from the original scripts that I saw. Like it's kind of crazy.
And again, I mean, we're recording this early. We usually record like Sunday night. I mean, we're recording Saturday morning. I mean,
and it's only at 4.5. And yeah, I'm seeing them saying about 43 million. I don't think it's gonna make that. I think in the long run, before it goes to VOD, video on demand, that it will make at least probably like 50 million, I think. And then I think that it'll probably live in DVD sales, honestly. It'll probably do the best.
Yeah, or on
it's not gonna make its budget back. There's no freaking way. Like you just can't.
I mean, are people going to do the Blu-rays, or are they just going to be like, I'll watch it on Max?
Well, the Snyder Bros are going to want to complete their collection. I will say that. Like, I joke that they're all bots, but the ones that are humans are going to want to complete that. Like, there's a lot of people, like, especially with, like, Rebel Moon that he just did. So there's, like, a lot of resurgence or re-interest, like, you know, an interest in Snyder again. So I definitely see that actually probably, they'll be on sale after the holiday, you know, the day after Christmas. I definitely see people picking them up for sure.
I don't know, and the whole. I mean, I know,
and especially with greedy corporations like trying to take away our stuff, and how the renewed interest in physical media, like it's a good time to be. And like the DCU is dead, so you want to snatch all this stuff up before you can't find it again.
I mean, if you're a fan of anything, kids, the physical media,
like it is dire right now because of like the whole strike thing and how they're settling it, and how they definitely want to do, and like how Best Buy and like Walmart and Target aren't carrying as many. So it's like really important that we demand that, and I think a lot of people are finally catching on to that. So like I said, I think the sales of the DVD sales are definitely going to carry this movie, but it's not going to make its money back. There's just no way it can.
No.
What was the budget? 205 million.
No.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, I mean, a movie like this, it has to be.
I think it's definitely a bigger loss than The Flash. So
Oh, jeez. I mean, yeah. I mean, a movie. I mean, think about that fall. I mean, the first one made $1 billion, and then this one's
the only DCU movie to make $1 billion.
yeah. I mean,
including The Batman. It got close, but it didn't make $1 billion. That's crazy.
And this thing's gonna be lucky to scrape, get the 50 million.
Yeah. I mean, look how far we've fallen. I mean, the DCU was never set up on good terms anyway.
Oh, well,
but like, holy crap, for it to go out like this, I feel so bad. Like they didn't even like Yahya Mateen. Like when they cast him as Black Manta, like he was like all the rage, and they never capitalized on it. Like everybody loves Black Manta, especially like the like. I think that's one of the only good things about New 52 is that they actually made Black Manta black, and they gave Aqualad all that backstory with him. And there's and I thought I was like, oh, we get the baby. Are they gonna do the story? And they're like, oh no, not really.
Yeah, I was like, they're not gonna kill that baby.
I mean, it's the last movie they could, and it's James Wan.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, maybe.
Yeah, I was.
And like Mira dies with the baby, like just to placate the fans.
Oh yeah. When she first gets blasted by Manta, I'm like, oh, we're gonna kill her. I'm like, oh
yeah. I was just like, but I knew they weren't gonna actually do that. Yeah. But like, I was like, ooh, maybe I didn't read it. Maybe I didn't get the last script. I don't know.
Like I said, I'm like, oh, at least they this.
Like low key, people cheered. I was just like. Misogyny is real, but Amber Turk kind of deserves it. I can't even defend it.
I thought they were just going to write her out of the movie, but then she's back. I'm like, why? You had your
contractual. Like I said, we have Elon Musk to thank for that. So I hate you for that. And another coin in the jar for Elon Musk, people.
I was going to say there were no cheers in our theater, but it's like there was literally we went 4:00 yesterday afternoon. Me and Luca. There was 6 other people in the theater.
I was the only one.
Really? Oh, I thought we were going to be.
Bro, I was kicked back. I'm like,
okay. Hey, that's not. She's taking her pants off. He's like, yeah, let's go.
I took my shoes off. Not gonna lie, took my shoes off. I stretched out. I was like, yep, this is nice. I thought it was gonna be a pain in the ass.
I mean, there's no one near us. I mean, like I said, there were 6 people. So
that's crazy. I mean, I don't feel bad because like. They're rich movie stars. They'll get over it. They'll be all right. And Warner Brothers, Discovery, like they deserve it. They have everything coming to them. Like they're just a terrible company at this point.
I mean, sometimes people are like, "Oh, it's because it's the holiday season," but it's like
that's when you make the most money. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. People are off and stuff.
I was like, this movie came out literally at the exact same time as it did in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not the same landscape. Post-pandemic, people really don't want to go to the movies.
Exactly.
We'll wait for the VOD. We'll wait for it to come on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
Which Blue Beetle didn't get any traction on HBO Max. So I don't imagine this one getting any traction either.
Uh-uh.
I think the last movie that actually got traction on Max was probably The Batman, maybe? Because now it's on Netflix.
Oh.
I mean, if you guys care.
Well, I was going to say, Blue Beetle, they really didn't promote that thing or, get the word out there. Because, I mean, I remember, Danielle was like, what is that? I'm like, that's DC. She even knows DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, we knew nobody because it came at a time. They should have never said that the DCEU was ending. They should have just said, hey, we hired James Wan to do something. Oh, James Gunn. Too many damn Jameses. James Gunn and Peter Safran to do some stuff. And then, like, after Aquaman came out, like, January 24, we've got a brand new plan. Like, it's a new year. Let's clean the slate. But they announced it so early at DC Fandom, which in and of itself is a shit show. Get it together.
Was it just petty, or were they just like, oh, no, DC fans, stay around because, something good's coming, I
guess, if all I had was Snyder Bro fans, I too would kind of want to get rid of them. Not gonna lie. I think that's what it was all about. They were being harassed and hounded to do that whole Snyder cut, and then it didn't even do anything. Like, it literally did, like, it was a flop. Let's be honest.
I saw someone online saying, okay, now that the DCEU is officially over, can we all agree that there was pretty much no difference between Justice League and the Snyder cut Justice League, except the
color grading. Couple extra hours of footage. Okay. Whatever.
Hours of footage.
Yeah. Plural. And it's just such a shame because, like, I love Aquaman. I feel like this is just not the best representation for Aquaman. I feel like this is, like, almost as bad as Super Friends representation. Like, this is going to take a long time for Aquaman to recover his image. Same thing with like I said, same thing with Superman. Like what they did with the DCEU. Like it's like, ooh, why should I care about Superman? Like
Well, again,
like
look,
if you're trying to get in the comics and you see the movie, it's just not. It's not hopeful. It's not anything to aspire to.
I mean, look, I mean the
He's a low rate Iron Man, literally, right? He's like, oh, let's make him Iron Man and Black Panther. Like, why? Like that ending was like bananas. I'm just like, babes, it's not 2003 anymore. What the fuck are you doing? Like it was so lame.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I had secondhand embarrassment. I'm like, it was bad. It was so cringe.
But again, yeah. I mean, the brands are taking a beating because I mean, we had no Justice League comic book in 2023. I mean, when's the last time Aquaman even had a book?
Outside of a mini that also flopped. No offense to Colin and Jason. Love y'all. Y'all doing great work over on the Star Trek stuff on IDW, but like that Aquaman, it ain't hitting.
Yeah, and again, it's
we barely got Green Arrow back. Thank God he didn't show up in the DCU at this point.
Did you see? Did they promote Green Arrow to an ongoing, or did they just give it?
Yeah, they promoted it to ongoing because it did so good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a maxi series, and they're like, "Oh, people really like it." I'm like, "Duh." Batman's being a chode, so yeah, duh. All we have is Green Arrow.
And not to get too far off the beaten path, but did they also promote that John Stewart book, the Green Lantern War Journal, doing ongoing? Because me and Will were.
I did not see that, but I hope so, because John's a popular guy.
Yeah,
and he was also missing, and I think it's like, okay, let's like not focus on. Let's focus on the things that weren't ruined by the DCEU, and just kind of build from there.
Yeah. So I think that brand's finally coming back to the Green Lantern.
Yeah, they tried. Like bless their heart. Like I really feel like the CGI for this movie was still really good. I really dug the horror aspects. Like I like James Wan as a director. I think Patrick stole the show. Patrick Wilson.
Oh yeah.
I think he's an amazing actor. I loved his casting as Orm. Honestly, I think that's who they should have actually cast for Aquaman because hello? Is he not the perfect actual comic book accurate, super terrific actor? Like gives his all, and they cast Jason Momoa. I was just like,
I think they originally when they started the DCU, they went overboard. No pun intended. That
boom, jokes.
Yeah, they went overboard. No, that they didn't want Aquaman perceived as a joke. So they wanted to write him as a tough badass. So they're like,
it's a joke. Jason Momoa played the character as a joke.
I know, but they just don't want him to be perceived as wimpy or something.
First of all, there's nothing wimpy about Patrick Wilson. Nothing.
Oh my.
And for the record, I guess I haven't done this in a while. Patrick Wilson can get it. I don't know. Respectfully, maybe? Question mark.
Justin, Patrick Wilson, what do you think?
One way trip to Biscuit Town.
Is that from his drunken unboxing?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of drops from those. Yeah.
Double biscuits for me.
Never give Phil fuel. That's the lesson that everybody has to learn on the network.
He was pretty. He pretty much begged me. He's like, "There's some drops. There's some drops."
But yeah, so it's crazy because I thought that when I saw the first movie, I was like, you had Patrick Wilson right there, and you didn't cast him as Aquaman.
Mm-hmm. And what about that?
That's like actually letting Tom Hiddleston be freaking Thor instead of Chris Hemsworth. Like, what the?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm like, I don't know. Is that kind of played out that whole Thor model there, where it's like, oh, well, you tried to kill everyone in the first movie, but naughty brother, we're gonna team up.
Oh, they definitely were like, well, it worked for Marvel. Like, it worked for Marvel. It is no longer working for them either, bud.
He literally calls him Loki in one scene. They call it out. They call it out. He calls him Loki. I'm like, oh my God. But just the whole, oh, well, you're a popular character, so you tried to murder everyone in the first movie, but we're gonna make you a good guy.
And I never thought that they were gonna bring back Ocean Master because he totally did outshine Jason Momoa, in the previous movie. But I mean, he had no chemistry with Amber Heard, so what else are we gonna do? Willem Dafoe's too busy. What else are we gonna do? Nicole Kidman's there. It's his mom. Let's do a family story.
That's the thing. They should have benched Amber Heard, and we could have got more Nicole Kidman.
I say he should have killed his wife and his father, and then it would have been on Donkey Kong.
Oh, I mean, again, wouldn't there have been more tension in that scene when he has the baby. If he had killed Amber Heard,
Exactly.
yeah.
But again, we have Elon Musk to thank. They like she literally said, and if you ever watched any of the court stuff, there's a point where she said she showed up and she was getting less and less, fewer and fewer pages. Like they were slowly writing her off, and then some dweeb with money, too much money for his own fucking good, stuck his nose in it. You know, Walter Hamada was like, no, it's not that. It's just they don't have chemistry. We really, you know, it was before this even happened, you know.
The old boys club, eh, love?
Well, Walter Hamada's out too, but
Well, yeah.
It is what it is. What goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Gonna be some dicks waving around in here.
Oh my. Oh my.
Told you, man.
Heaven to Betsy.
Oh, that's naughty.
Excellent. Good job, Justin. Good job.
Oh, that's naughty.
Fox is gonna seem lame. It's sober. I'm not redoing it either.
Oh no. We need your unboxing. Come on. We all love it.
I love it.
Said nobody about this movie.
No.
I've not seen one single good review for Aquaman. Like not one.
I know the closest I saw
The Flash had a good review. I saw it.
The only thing I saw was someone just trying to defend it, saying, "Well, they didn't know it was going to be the last DCEU movie."
They did though. They did. Like literally, there was supposed to be at least one. Like they shot a scene with both Affleck and Keaton and didn't put either one of them in the fucking movie.
Really? Oh yeah, I did see that there was supposed to be a Batman scene, but yeah, I didn't know who it was supposed to be. Okay.
They shot both because
Yeah.
Well, and then Ben Affleck didn't, and then they didn't. But what's crazy is that they decided to go with the George Clooney thing for Flash, and I'm just like, oh my god.
And I think
why?
Clooney said that was a one and done. He ain't coming back.
Yeah. They were supposed to use Keaton. And then the whole thing, the whole debacle, the whole backlash, he's like, I can go fucking do Beetlejuice. Fuck y'all. I'm out of here.
Come on. Bring Keaton back. Let's do a decent let's do a Batman Beyond. Come on.
I don't even trust them with that now.
Oh, that's true.
So it's like
listen,
all the best luck to James Gunn and Peter Safran and all the crap they're doing. I love that you're starting with Superman. I love that you're trying to capture the essence, but I'm done. I'm done with DC and I'm done with Marvel. That's it. I don't want to see any more of these movies. I'm actually burnt out. I'm gonna read my comics. I'm gonna get my graphic novels. I'm gonna collect my McFarlane Gold Collector Edition toys. And I'm just gonna keep it moving. Like I am so burnt out, and it's such a bad taste left in my mouth from both the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DCEU. Like it's just like untold damage done to the brands, and I'm not gonna support that anymore.
I think they both noticed that, and they're trying to right the ship, but who knows?
They can't. I mean, like, come on, the MCU should have ended on Endgame. We all know that, right?
Yeah,
they should, and they could have just done like TV shows, cartoons, stuff like that, but they're like literally beating a dead horse. Nobody cares anymore. Like, what if season 2 is a flop?
Well,
their Kang is literally dead. Like,
wait a minute. What if just premiered? Was it yesterday? You're saying it's already a flop? I mean,
I don't see anybody really talking about it like season 1 was. Like, it really is there.
But again, I mean, I know for recognition, so people know the characters. But I'm just like, yeah, they just stick to the MCU stuff, and it's just like, how much can you milk? And they haven't even done a lot of good ones where it's like, oh, what if Captain America had killed himself instead of Iron Man at the end of Endgame? Something like that. But they don't even do that.
It's like, yeah, all the characters I care about are dead. I don't know how to tell you. Like, okay, yeah, we got Tom Holland Spider-Man, but
yeah, I watched the first issue of what.
No way, counter-prove it. People want Tobey Maguire. We want that. We want resolution to that whole thing more than we care about. No matter how great him and Zendaya's chemistry is,
Wait, what are you saying? So we want Tobey Maguire back as an older married Spider-Man? Is that what you're saying?
With a kid, absolutely. And what movie actually gave us that? Into the Spider-Verse movies?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's got Miles and Gwen, but who are we all really truly rooting for?
Well, that's like the same thing,
Sweatpants, Peter Parker. That's who we're rooting for.
And again, beating the drum here, it's like, people are saying online, it's like, people are counting down until we get Ultimate Spider-Man. the comic in January. No one's clamoring for amazing.
Yeah, and it's so sad. Like they tried to they set him up the family life, which I love that run actually. Not when they killed the baby, but like when they retconned it and gave him the baby and all that stuff. And I was just like, okay, I could see that. They need to mature the character up for sure, but like we get a buddy bromance? Okay. Whatever.
Well, again, is that how we hurt Spider-Man's brand? Because every movie anymore and any cartoon, it's like it's him in high school. It's like we've beat that to death, you know. I know
even that kids don't want to see it at this point.
What's that I'm saying? I'm like, you don't have to pander to the kids that
like hard. We're trying to live a fantasy here. Living in Aunt May's basement or attic, it just ain't getting it no more. Okay, we want to see him being in college, swinging, partying.
No. I said when I started reading Spider-Man, I was like 10 years old. That's when he like just married Mary Jane. I'm like, I'm here for it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't need him to be in high school perennially forever, you know?
I don't know what they could have even done to fix this movie, to be honest. I mean, even if they would have killed Mira, it's just like, okay, somebody's going to complain about that, you know?
I don't know. Was the pacing off on this
thing? The pacing was totally off.
Because it's like, again, it's like they could have given us more backstory on some of the other things instead of a whole big, huge...
underwater with that crime boss guy. I'm just like, oh my God, like, could you try to be Disney anymore?
I know, yeah. It's like undersea.
It was so bad. Like I said, I was so embarrassed watching this movie.
Yeah, I know. Lilith, I literally almost fell asleep when he was free in Ocean Master.
Damn, that soon?
Oh, yeah. Lucas like, oh, you're falling asleep. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I'm just resting my eyes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna watch this garbage. I'll fall asleep too.
I know it's gold. I know it's gold when I'm like the last movie I'm a superhero movie. I remember falling asleep. It was like Elektra. That's
for me. It's Doctor Strange, the first one.
Oh,
I thought that when we reviewed it, I was just like, yeah, I fell asleep. Not a good sign.
Literally, I was bored with this. I could tell it's shit when I'm like, oh, is this over yet? Is this over yet? But I was going over everything in my head as this movie's going on because I needed something to do interesting. And I was like, okay, what's worse, this or Thor the Dark World?
Thor the Dark World.
Oh!
I'd still rather watch this than Thor the Dark World. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what? It's close. I know.
I mean, like I said, at least it has like some scary tension. Like I like the underwater scenes. Like I feel like I would have been so down for a Breach movie, especially if it was like a secret like Black Manta movie. Like I like the underwater stuff. I like the politics of Atlantis. Like we don't get to explore that. Until very recently, we didn't get to explore a lot of that in the comics. And I was always kind of like, because he's basically Wonder Woman, but underwater, right? He has all this power, but like we never really see the struggle, especially all that tension with like, I did like that. I know a lot of people probably didn't like the whole global warming thing, right? Because that's a touchy subject, climate change and all that. But like, I like that they kind of went there about that. Like, what we do on the surface affects them, but vice versa, what they do under there can affect us too, right? And it's like and like he's like the only one because he walks both those worlds and. They're trying to set him up to be a more serious guy to actually rule the kingdom and stuff, but like.
And I get that from doing that. But
like, honestly, I feel like Ocean Master was a better ruler. Look, I think Ocean Master did nothing wrong at this point.
That's what I was thinking. I thought, is there some way
you got me rooting for the bad guy? I hate you.
I thought at the end of the movie they're gonna like kind of he was gonna give him the throne back or something.
Wouldn't that have been a better plot twist?
Yeah, I mean,
go off, be free. I'm like, he's a racist asshole who doesn't like humans. Why are we doing this?
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, you were going to murder the whole surface world in the first movie, but you've been a good boy this time, so we're going to let you go.
Your cockroach burger spoiler. That's literally the end of the DCEU. That is the end credit scene. Because her mother, his mother asked him, have you ever had a burger? He goes, no, never had one. So he finally goes get a burger. But then they call back to the point in the scene where on the island and he grabs the cockroach and eats it. Because they're underwater people. And, it's kind of why I don't eat seafood anymore because seafood is just underwater insects. Like when you look at them, like, oh, don't look at it. Like I was literally out at a really fancy restaurant and I ordered the lobster and I picked it up and I looked at the last. I can't do this anymore.
Between that and it's like when they put them in the pot, they like scream when you put them in the boiling water and stuff. Yeah. I've been out on lobster for a while. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, like, I usually don't eat it, but I was just like, I just looked at it, I was like, oh, this is why I don't eat it. Or crab legs or shrimp. It's just
Or
like,
it's like you go for a burger, you don't see the cow beforehand. It's like you walk in the Red Lobster, they have a big tank full of them in front. Well, it's been a while
I
since I've been to
can't
Red
believe they
Lobster.
still do that in the year of our Lord 2020.
I know they still do that. It's been a few years since
They
I've been
do.
to Red Lobster.
I was actually in one. I had to go get some extra Cheddar Bay biscuits for
But I know a
Thanksgiving.
few years ago we got like a gift card or something. So me and Danielle went for the lunch the one day, and yeah, it's like, why do you want to see? I mean, I guess there's people who do, but I'm like, why do you want to see your food playing, in front of the restaurant?
Frolicking! Exactly. So yeah, it's like a whole thing, and I was just like, oh my god, why would that be the last scene of the DCEU? Why would they could have gave us the deleted they could have gave us both Batman scenes, bro. They could have done something.
Is that meta commentary though, where they're like, yeah, no, we know we've been feeding you crap the last couple of years, so here you go.
I wouldn't put it past James Wan. I mean, it's crazy because I love and he frequently works with Patrick Wilson, if you don't know, like the Insidious franchise and all the movies that those are spun off, right? He's responsible for all of that. And it's just crazy to me. Like, as I was watching this movie, and I'm just like, we literally had Patrick Wilson right here, literal embodiment of comic book actor Aquaman, and this is what they gave me. I will never forgive them for this.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
You know how much I love Aquaman. And I was just like, okay, at least Jason Momoa will make like Aquaman cool again. But no, it actually made people hate Aquaman even more. And somewhere Ted McGinty's crying and throwing up. They didn't even let him be a voice actor. Oh, shout out to John Rhys Davies, who reprised his role as a voice actor in this too. I'm just saying, it's like, bro, like, what happened to paying homage to like all the cool things that DC as a whole does? Like, I think that's what the DCEU has really just been lacking, right? I think that's what makes Smallville so great, right? We have a Ned O'Toole that is as his mom, right? Old Lana Lang.
What is with that Smallville? I mean, first we got Chloe. Now, what's John Schneider doing? I mean, he's calling for the president to be hanged and stuff. And
listen, when you spend a lot of time in Canada, if you don't know, most of Canada is real redneckish. It's true. Like, I know people like if you've only spent time in like Toronto or Vancouver, you don't know like Saskatchewan is basically Alabama.
And look how he came to fame. I mean, riding around
exactly
car with the Confederate flag on top of it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how he lost his mind. Like, I've met him several times. He's a really great guy and stuff, but like listen, the pandemic has taken a toll on everybody. And but it's kind of an easy, low-hanging fruit. Like, he's doing terrible at his job. But like slightly better than Trump.
Oh yeah, I'm no Biden defender, but I'm like when all the other side's like, oh, he's such an old man. I'm like Trump's a spring
77.
Yeah,
77.
like what 4 years difference? Oh yeah, it's like
I'm like, babes, he eats McDonald's every day. Like,
I know.
How is he Biden on a bike? Okay, like, I don't think I've ever seen Trump in my whole life on a bike. And that's my take on it. And it's a joke. American politics is a joke because it's all the same. It's two sides of the same coin. They're all just want money and they don't care about the actual American people.
It's professional wrestling.
Biden's not an insurrectionist.
Yes, exactly.
You got to pick your poison in America.
I think my whole life, it's like, who are you voting for? Oh, it's the lesser of two evils every time.
And that's a shame that we have to even say that, right?
Yeah.
Like the first person, I was like, oh, we're arguing about this? Hanging chads? Okay, cool, thanks. Thanks. And it's been a shit show ever since. So I'm just totally divested. I don't care.
Okay, back to this movie. Besides Patrick Wilson, I think the only other person who stole the show was Randall Park.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Jim from The Office. Thank you for making me watch The Office, Phil.
Exactly. And Jimmy Woo from the Marvel side. So, I mean, yeah, he's
getting it on both sides. Ayo.
Getting his foot in all those franchises, yeah.
I wish he had a little more chemistry with Yaya. He's kind of just there. He's kind of like a Deus Ex Machina kind of guy,
Yeah, because I would think
he shows up. He's like, jump in my boat, guy.
I know, it's so weird because I'm like, wait a minute, are they supposed to be friends? Because he's like calling him by, he's calling him by name and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, so
See,
what
I
is the
thought it would have been more interesting if they went the comic book route where Black Manta was actually a long lost descendant of one of the races. And I thought that's where they were going, but I was like, oh, he's just possessed by the sphere. Oh, okay. By
And
the
again,
Triton, whatever.
well, and again, too, did they cut out a ton of stuff because this movie was only like 2 hours and 4 minutes?
No, that was never the plan, but if they were smart, they could have, that would have been like the ultimate like power play, right? Like the race that's been pushed down, and for like the lost kingdom of Atlantis is literally the one that's in the deepest ones at the breach, right? Those were like the lost ones for a while. And like I don't think we still to this day, even in the comics, have all 7 of the kingdoms. We've never seen them all. And I think they borrowed from the breach and put that into the comic books in recent times, if I remember right. So
Yeah, I know.
but I thought that would have been really cool, or like make a connection. Like, hell, he might have been also, in the running to be a king,
Again, we could have done more with, Ocean or Black Manta or Randall.
Like,
Park
Black Manta's lore is so cool in the comics,
Yes.
and they kind of just blew it here.
I mean, again, I appreciate it, but did we really need? God, how long was that opening montage? I mean, it felt like.
In case you don't remember, because it was 5 fucking years ago, and I know nobody rewatched the movie before they came.
Yeah, again, it's like I'm a dad for like felt like it was like 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, we get it. Let's move on to something else.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. I don't really, like I said, I will never forgive them for ruining Aquaman for a whole generation. He's back to being a joke again, and I'm just so sad.
Just the end of the movie, was it addressing what, the UN or whatever, or just
it was literally Wakanda and Iron Man.
Yeah, but then he goes to woo, I'm Aquaman, and I was like, oh god,
I'm Aquaman.
Yeah. How many Marvel tropes can we hit in this movie?
I mean, oh my god! If I ever rewatch this movie, that's the game we're playing. We're playing Marvel Bingo.
Oh my god! Yeah, we might have to do that somewhere. Salty and Petty or the Patreon somewhere.
Yeah, we got to give it time for this movie. I say ending next year.
That's a brand new series. We pick a bad movie, we pick a trope about it, and every time the trope comes up, we take a drink. I
think I'll have to have Justin because you don't drink, but yeah. You can be the counter, Justin and I'll be the drinkers.
Oh my god, that would be funny if I actually did drink it. How quickly I'd be drunk. I'd be like,
and he's gone. Yeah, I don't know. I went and saw it at the matinee, so super cheap. Still want my $6.50 back, honestly.
Oh my god, and then it's like, I mean, again, I didn't see it in this, but they had 3D versions. I think they shot this. They shot.
Who the hell?
They shot this for IMAX. I'm like,
no. So listen, say what you want about the story, but the actual visualness of it, especially the underwater scenes and stuff, and the creepy like
the
possessed people and stuff. I can see why. But they shoot most movies, big budget movies in IMAX. Yeah. They do.
I mean, the special effects were good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a definite upgrade from everything that has come before in like the last 3 years. Yeah. So, and like actually could hear the movie, that the audio, the sound mix was really good on this one. Unlike a lot of movies nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a Nolan movie. Looking at you, Oppenheimer.
Oh, damn.
And Tenet.
But I guess my point is, I mean, we're wasting IMAX on something with a story like this. I mean, yeah, the visuals are great. But...
Yeah, I mean, it's about the visuals, honestly, I feel like just vibes. They did it for the vibes. I don't know who, I didn't even see it anywhere near me available in IMAX. That's the gag of it.
Me neither, but I just thought it was, yeah.
Like, no, we're not wasting an IMAX. No.
I mean, the theaters around us, I didn't even see like, sometimes in a superhero movie, you'll get like a ton of showings. There weren't even that many showings,
Yeah, it was literally like the matinee,
like 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock,
3 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then like the late show. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, because again, some of the superhero movies that they'll have like
it was just like literally 5. Like the last one, even the Marvels had like 3 screenings, like every like section. I was just like, why?
I was gonna say, is there something else out big now that they're giving more screen time to, or they just like, yeah, we know where you can make
Willy Wonka? In the color purple.
Yeah.
All Warner Brother movies too. And I'm like, you're so fucking stupid. This is why we're stuck down. This is that fucking dick.
Well, again, I mean,
with Lauren Boebert.
Again, it's the last movie, so where they just like just dump it wherever.
It's still stupid.
I know. Or were they hoping like for the the holiday weekend? They're like, oh, maybe they'll go back twice for
Well, I guess it's the only thing that's not a musical. So if you hate musicals, go see Aquaman. I think that's what they're betting. Because surprisingly, Color Purple, surprise musical. Willy Wonka, surprise musical. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised if you saw the original, but if you saw the Johnny Depp one, then you might, which it's technically based on, not the original one.
So why are they putting out two? You said they're both Warner Brothers too. So why are they putting out two musicals?
No, Christmas.
I guess again. Do they think that they're going to get people?
I don't know who's showing up to see Timothy Chalamet. Like, I know he was like White Boy of the Month a while ago, but we saw him in Dune, right? So why did we give him one?
I mean, I'm not the biggest Wonka fan anyway, but I'm just not
the Johnny Depp version, original, like Gene Wilder Wonka. Yes,
Wild. Yeah. But I'm just like, why are we doing this again? And it's Timothy Chalamet. I had no. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
That's what I'm interested.
I never even saw the Johnny Depp one. Like, I'm just like, no, stop. I know the memes. That's it.
I just wonder how much that's gonna make this weekend.
They're all Warner Brother movies. Like, why would you do this? I don't understand.
Well,
my stock prices are down.
Well, again, it's Warner's. Is their whole plan? Oh, we have a white musical and a black musical. Is that?
You know what?
Got a musical for everyone.
Hold on, wait. It collected $39 million its opening weekend.
Oh, did it open last weekend or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what they're calling for Aquaman this weekend, pretty much. So, I mean,
yeah. How's that working out for the Warner Brothers?
Yeah, but the budget probably wasn't.
And they're trying to buy Paramount. Stop. I refuse to listen, we cannot let that happen. Write your local congressperson and tell them don't let that merger happen.
Well, like Paramount.
Star Trek. I'm sorry. I'd rather Amazon have Star Trek. Like,
more like Paramount's going to buy them.
No. Paramount is actually for sale. Like, it's a whole thing right now. And they were caught talking to each other, so it might happen.
Oh,
Paramount's actually not even like a big company. Like, it's a much bigger company that I literally never heard of until like a month ago. New Amusements or something that owns all the Paramount.
Show company.
Oh no, actually no.
No.
That is a rabbit hole. I was just like, I've never heard of this company. But they're something right. Yes, I fell down a whole rabbit hole when I found out that Paramount was because Star Trek was up for sale. I'm just like, we're about to go into the dark age. I'm like, no, Strange New Worlds is so fucking good. Don't do it to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's Enterprise. It's actually good.
Oh,
sorry, Bacula.
Don't
mean to be a Shatner about it, but sorry, Bacula. So yeah, I don't know. Like, DC is just a mess, and God bless James Gunn for even wanting to deal with them.
Yeah, I mean, I swear half his movie universe seems like it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy actors.
Well, duh. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to say Superman Legacy's 2025. I was going to say, so we're not getting any DC in 2024, but aren't we getting Joker 2 or something?
Yeah, we're getting, which it's not really in the universe.
Yeah,
which is also a musical, allegedly.
I know. I'm like, again, we mentioned this before. It's like, do they not know the audience they had for Joker 1? You know
what? I say that, but like, Family Guy back in its early days used to have a lot of musical episodes, right? That a lot of 13-year-old boys vibed with. I'm just saying, like, you never know until you try.
Well, yeah.
I mean, but he's no Seth MacFarlane, so
yeah. Well, I wonder though if Lady Gaga receives like some kind of praise for that movie. Next thing, are we going to see like Taylor Swift or someone as Dazzler on the Marvel side, or are they going to be like, oh, that's
Kelly Rowland as Dazzler? Correct the injustice. Okay. Dazzler was supposed to be black, but damn, Daryl Hannah just had to want to be Dazzler. Listen. Because Donna Summers was the queen of disco, and she literally looks just like her. And we all know when that biopic gets made, Kelly Rowland better be Donna fucking Summers.
Whoa.
Anyway, No Taylor Swift for Dazzler. Correct the injustice.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, Taylor Swift's about to have another downswing anyway, so she's up too high right now.
I don't know,
give it about 2 more months, and somebody's gonna cut her down to size.
I heard she has a huge impact on our economy right now, so I don't think we want
exactly why they're gonna cut her down.
Oh, really?
They can't let a woman be that powerful. To quote a Taylor Swift song, if she was a man, she'd be the man instead of being ridiculed all the damn time.
She could.
About her for a lot of people to hate her as much as she's quote unquote loved.
I mean, she could always marry Travis Kelce, and then
she's not marrying Travis Kelce.
No, you don't think? Well, I'm sure he wants.
Listen. It's not gonna happen. That's a shit relationship. We all know that, right? Like that is total PR because she was dating a racist, misogynist asshole, so she had to fix her image.
Well, and
she's known for dating those kind of guys.
And the NFL wants to bring more women in, yeah, that's fantastic.
So match made in PR heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't be naive. Don't be fucking naive. She's not Kim Kardashian. She's not gonna marry Travis Kelce, and Travis Kelce's mom won't let that happen.
Oh,
listen, when the mama, especially where he's from, if the mama don't like you, it ain't happening. I don't care how much money you got. If you know, you know.
And all the
which I'm like, why did Atlanta even like Mira? Because Mira's dad is like literally her ops. Like what? We didn't even get into any of that, right? Nearest is like, shout out to Dolph Lundgren. I was just like, oh, Daddy Lundgren, hello. Looking good for your age. Maybe we need to revisit that He-Man thing again after all.
Oh, my.
Oh,
but y'all can thank Arrow for putting him back on the map. Just saying.
Yes, exactly.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
this movie was a mess. Like, I was shocked at how bad it was.
It almost felt like that sounded like, did they cut stuff? Because it almost seems like, okay,
they cut stuff. They cut a lot of Mira shit out. Like, I can tell you that.
We need this moment. We need this moment. Oh, let's throw it together in the movie.
I couldn't find the reshoot schedule, probably for good reason, but like, it definitely had a lot of reshoots. I remember that when it was in production, that they had to come back like 5 different times. Like, it was almost as bad as a Marvel production.
So it was kind of like Flashlight because they went through so many and it took 5 years at least to get it out. So
that is insane. It took, well, I mean, part of it was the pandemic and then the restructuring, but like, it was your only $1 billion movie. Obviously people liked it.
Yeah.
But you didn't follow up. You didn't do any follow through. Like, they should have done the Breach movie. I really feel like Aquaman should have been a trilogy. Could have been a trilogy.
Oh yeah. One either that or the Breach the spinoff should have been the first one out of the gate. Pandemic, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, there's nothing they can do to fix it. What's done is done. Everybody involved knows that it's a shit show, that it's a terrible movie, and they're just moving on from it. Like I said, I like the directorial execution. I think the special effects is great, but the story itself, also because Jason Momoa pitched some of it, he even got a writing credit. I don't know why. So I feel like when you are the lead of a movie that made $1 billion and you're Jason Momoa, you're very super charismatic, everybody likes you, they'll kind of just go with whatever. And I think that was just kind of a detriment to this, personally. I can tell a lot of his lines were ad-lib, but it's like, babes, you're not Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He's not. Listen, I love Jason Momoa, but he's at best a TV actor. Like, shout out to Stargate, Stargate universe. Like, if you know, you know.
And again, back to your point. I mean, I don't know if he should have been Aquaman. Lobo, maybe. Yeah.
Like, it was so miscast. It was almost badly as miscast as Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, y'all can hate me. I always told y'all Gal Gadot is not my Wonder Woman, and she proved me right. It only took a little bit of time to be proven right. When I tell y'all I don't like somebody, take stock in it. I don't just hate people just to hate. I know y'all think I'm just a hater and a contrarian, but I have reasons. It takes y'all a while to catch up, but I always have reasons. So
we love when you're a contrarian.
But I'm not a contrarian for the sake of it. Like, if I think something, I think something, you know? Right. It just takes a while for y'all to catch up. Just like everybody's on the rock hate train. I'm like, well, babes, I've been the captain of that I've been the engineer of that damn train forever.
you see that post floating around? It's like a picture of him from high school, but it just look, he's already like huge and he has the mustache. They're like,
Yeah.
he looks like the typical narc. Everyone thought he was
21 Jump Street, indeed.
I don't follow children.
Yeah, it just makes me so mad. Like, oh, and like Patrick Wilson's like never gonna want to work with DC again. Well, wait, hold on. Is Insidious franchise DC? Let me check. But like, that's more who distributes it.
But it's like who would you want to see Pat if they recast him? Who would you want to see?
Oh, it's Universal and Sony. We're good. Yeah, he's never gonna want to work with Warner Brothers again.
Yeah, but who would you recast him as?
Who?
Patrick.
Oh, see, yeah, they wasted it.
Could Barry Allen maybe?
He's so old now, though. You know?
Yeah, true.
That's the thing.
Yeah, because they want someone to hold a franchise for like 10 years.
Ryan Reynolds, they wasted that on Green Lantern, so it's just like, I don't even know any young actors anymore. Like, I'm gonna be so real with you. Like, I went to go tune into the Percy Jackson on Disney Plus, and I'm just like, I don't know who any of these people are. Goodbye.
Well, where do they come from anymore? Is it still the Disney Channel, or where?
I don't think is Disney Channel even a thing anymore? I think they were trying to get rid of the Disney Channel. Like, I hear they don't have DComs anymore.
I don't know.
Listen, I'm sorry if you're not a '90s/2000s kid, your Disney shit sucks. Like,
I don't know.
With a blog, babes.
I
have Lizzie McGuire. Okay, let me calm down.
Again, I don't know if modern kids even watch the Disney, of a certain age.
Yeah, I was just saying they have Disney Plus. Why would they watch the Disney Channel?
I mean, Lucas 10. I don't know if any of him or any of his friends watch it.
Even still a thing. Like, I have no idea what's going on. I cut the cord a long time ago, so I don't even know what's going on with cable.
I think if anything, Disney Channel. There's the Disney channels are staying alive from like younger kids.
I think they have Disney Junior, which is a totally different thing, right?
Yeah, Disney Junior. Yeah, that's all for like the the preschool, kindergarten, first grade crowd. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. Like, Disney is hemorrhaging money, DC's hemorrhaging money. Everybody's making terrible decisions. It's just such a bummer. And Nicole Kidman, like, shout out to Nicole Kidman for like, this is so below her level. Like, I'm not even kidding. But I thought she did really good. I thought that it was a weird choice to have her be his mom, right? Like, you look at the dad, you look at her, and then you look at Jason Momoa, you're like, y'all could have done a little bit of better casting.
Those Atlantean genes, man. You never know what you're gonna get.
Seriously. It's a hodgepodge grab bag. But that baby was cute, at least. Really little chubby baby. Arthur Jr. And I was just like, ooh, sorry, kid. Nobody should be named Arthur in the year of our Lord 2023 unless you're British. That's just how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but I'm glad it's over. I can breathe a sigh of relief. I don't have to deal with DCEU anymore. I'll have to see what Superman Legacy looks like, because that's going to set the tone. And if I don't like it, I am not watching a single other movie out of that damn universe. Because if you can't, listen, as it's been proven, if you cannot get Superman right, which is the foundation, as it should be, you're not going to get anything else right.
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me can't happen a second time.
It's not coming until 2025. Do you think next year we're going to start getting like still images and stuff from that? Or
oh yeah, absolutely. Plus, I think that's probably why they launched My Adventures with Superman as an animated show, like kind of how they used to do. Like, for every Batman movie, there had to be an animated show out at the time during that time of like the Dark Knight trilogy and all that stuff. As long as we never get something like Batman Beware again, I think we're good.
Beware the Batman.
Yeah, that was awful.
Well, I think they knew like somewhat through that they had made a mistake, because like I think the last couple episodes they just dumped it.
Follow Brave and the Bold, like, know your audience, man.
They just dumped the last half of the season in like one day at like 2 a.m. or something. It's just like, okay.
Damn Cartoon Network. I really feel like DC needs to like get it together at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need my comics and my movies and my cartoons all to be the same. They're all different mediums. They all cater to a different kind of person.
Yeah.
So let that be your strength. Like, animate, like, oh my God, like we're finally getting another Batman animated show, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm so looking forward to what that brings. It just has a lot of living up to. Like, it has so much to live up to.
There might be some hope there because it's like it's not even going to be on Max, right? Is it
on Amazon, right?
Yeah. I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, you're gonna.
Well, I think they're learning the Sony lesson. License your stuff out.
I guess
it makes you more money, technically.
Yeah, but that's your cash cow right now. I mean, anything bad.
All the more reason to license it out elsewhere. Spread the money around. You can charge more money when you're licensing it out, right?
Okay.
Batman, my favorite character.
I wonder if we're gonna get the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray. I think that they were shot. I think we deserve to see them.
Why not? I mean, if they have them, you know.
And it's not like James Wan said like they cut his vision. It's just they cut Mirror out because it was so much backlash.
Yeah.
I don't care about the mirror scenes. Let's be clear.
Well, I mean, she didn't have that much to do anyway.
She never had that much to do. Like in the first movie, I'm like, why is she even here? If we take her out of this movie, does it even make a difference?
But I mean, even less this time.
Yeah.
I mean, eye candy.
She wasn't even that hot to begin with, so not to be that person. Like it was fake red. Like that red was just too. It was just all bad.
Oh, that was my other thing. I was like, her, and I don't know if anyone else. I was like, was the wig even worse this time?
It was.
The struggle wigs. I mean,
I was like, they get that from the set of Arrow. Oh my god, so bad.
They mugged Ronald McDonald.
I'm like, Jason Momoa's hair looked better than hers. That's pretty bad.
They grabbed that wig. They threw on Woody Harrelson at the end of the first Venom.
Oh no! I'm gonna start calling Mira Cletus now.
Somewhere DG Chichester just went into convulsions.
Yeah, but enough ripping on this movie. It's just really sad what happened to the character of Aquaman. What happened to just the universe in general? It's a tale. It's a cautionary tale of being greedy and trying to not being yourself, not being true to who DC is. Like they tried to play catch up with Marvel. They were like, "Oh, we're so far behind. Let's just do a Justice League movie with, no build up, no lead up. Let's just do Batman v Superman with no build up. Let's introduce Wonder Woman, no, lead up." Yeah.
Again, it's like the Batman v Superman. They tried to do too much in that movie. They meet. They do the
Superman should have had a trilogy before they even thought about doing Batman v Superman.
But it's like they meet. They have the Frank Miller fight. Where you introduce Wonder Woman. You do the whole Doomsday Death of Superman thing. It's like there was too much.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Like I didn't even care about Superman at that point. I don't think a lot of people did. It's like, oh, he's dead. Okay, good.
And yes, kids, Frank Miller fight.
Your mother's a whore. Literally. Why did you say that name? Your mother's a whore. The scene that will live in infamy.
Oh yeah.
Until the sun blows up. Okay.
I pity anyone named Martha until the heat death of the universe. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Nobody's naming their kids Martha ever again. The day the name Martha died.
Because when you think about it, it's such a stupid scene. Because it's like, why'd you say that name? I mean, again, it's like, yeah, more than one person.
The world, asshat.
I know it's not like a made up,
Lois, I can totally like Lois is a weird Martha, not so much.
But it's in the atmosphere. People can, especially women of a certain age.
Exactly.
Back then, it was probably even more popular. So it's like
Martha and Sue were and Sarah, like the only three names in the whole world at that time.
Gertrude,
Prudence, Phyllis.
Oh,
shout out to anybody named Agnes. My heart goes out to you. That is an old lady name. That's your great grandma's name at this point.
Can we start the rumor that tell Ray your parents were hippies and they named you like your real name Sunshine?
Shh, Bill, shh.
They knew back then to give her the ironic name, kids.
Yeah. Thank God it's over. Like, honestly, I'm ready to have a party. Like, we should have a party on the next Patreon. Like, the DCU is dead officially.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Like, bring a hat, some confetti from like New Year's, You know
what? If we would have thought about that ahead of time, we should have released that for New Year's Eve and stuff, and be like, oh, oh no, this
is that too late? We can do an emergency episode.
This isn't a New Year's Eve party. This is a damn, the DCEU's over party.
Honestly, it's a relief because it's been giving me so much stress as a DC fan, and I just can't justify anything. Like, I never saw the vision. I never understood it. I was like, you pay all this money for actors that are like past their prime, if we're being honest. And it's like Gal Gadot, like, we knew her from Fast and Furious for being the bikini bitch. Like, be so serious with me.
Yeah, I mean, even physically, that was like a weird casting because sure, Wonder Woman would be bigger.
It's not even that. It's just she wasn't even a good actor. Like,
well, that's true. Yeah, because she couldn't even like change her accent or anything.
It's like, babes, Linda Carter's a big, big legend to live up to. So.
Oh yeah.
So it was just like I liked all the like superfluous characters. Like, she made me like Chris Pine, and you know how I felt about Chris Pine because of his whole Captain Kirk thing. I've forgiven him because of his Steve portrayal. But yeah. So it's bad. It's bad when I'm like preaching. I'm like, you know what? He's not that bad standing next to Gal Gadot.
Well, again, it's like the first Wonder Woman kind of, it had some good, set up some goodwill for the character, and then they released the Wonder Woman 84, and it just
which Patty Jenkins apparently will never ever tell the truth about that fucking movie.
Really?
Might be up to me, kids. I don't know. Gotta let that 5 years pass, and we'll see how it goes.
Ooh.
We'll see how I feel in 5 years. If she doesn't come out and say something. Remind me, Phil. Mark the calendar. Whatever 5 years from wherever that terrible movie came out is. It's probably coming up shortly, yeah?
That came out in 2020, right? Because
so it's coming up.
The pandemics, they released it right to Max, right?
Yeah, it was 2020, so yeah.
So not next year, the year after.
Bro, budget of $200 million, box office 169. Can't make things up. Listen, I am so bitter about Wonder Woman 84, but I think I'm almost as bitter about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It had such a great concept, and it floundered.
Oh my God! So Wonder Woman 84 is going to make more money than this movie.
Also, like, Wonder Woman made $750 million, and then the second movie, absolutely, it's a trend. I'm sensing a trend. Although I think Shazam Fury of the Gods did way worse than the first one too. The sequels just don't hit.
They're consistent.
Ooh, consistently inconsistent. I don't think this is what to be known for your consistency.
Well, again, like you said, I mean, how do you not make $1 billion on a movie with Batman and Superman?
That's insane. Like, right then and there, everybody should have been fired. Literally everybody should have been fired. Like,
especially the first one. Yeah, the first time they meet. Yeah.
Although it was Henry Cavill and Ben
Affleck. Again, I mean, like I said, he's not my cup of tea Superman-wise, so.
Never was going to be my Superman. Definitely not going to be my damn Highlander. He's somebody's Gerald. Not mine either. So it's just like, babes, you just keep... You're a franchise whore, and I don't dig it.
Oh!
That's what rubs me the wrong way about Henry Cavill, I think.
Your career's a whore.
Your mother's a whore! Carve out something that's... This is the thing that I can give The Rock credit for, is that he did the small roles to, like, Get Shorty, and, even what is that one movie where they grill the guy's hands with like Mark Wahlberg, and it's Anthony Mackie in that movie. Like he's not afraid. He wasn't afraid to make fun of himself, but like,
I mean, he did professional wrestling.
I mean, Kurt Angle is a really serious guy. So is John Cena. John Cena is actually a really serious guy.
Oh yeah.
Despite have been a wrestler, so you can't really necessarily use that.
Those guys, they put the time and they physically, literally.
And then the other guy that everybody loves now. For the Marvel movies.
Oh wait, what?
From Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, Chris Pratt.
No, the wrestler. Now I feel like Charlie.
Dave Bautista.
Thank you, Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be an official like John Snyder collaborator as well as a gun collaborator. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh boy.
Shout out to Rebel Moon.
I wonder if Gunn's gonna bring in Bradley Cooper. I mean, he did the voice of Rocket. Are we gonna have?
No, he's gonna bring in Vin Diesel to the DCU. That's what I've been waiting on, because he played Groot.
Oh yeah, true. Who? Why? Who do you want Vin Diesel to play?
He can play anybody, and it doesn't matter. I want to play a bad guy though, for sure.
I don't know, man. Did you see? There's accusations now that he molested a assistant a couple years back.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me if you know anything about Paul Walker.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa, what?
underage girl.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
So we
Allegedly. So listen. I was right about Jonathan Majors. I'm just everything. No. I'm like, he did that shit. Like I said, Marvel just wasn't doing their research because there were accusations prior to them hiring him.
I know. I think they're switching to Doctor Doom now, but everyone online's like, let's just recast Kang. You have
Denzel. Give it to Denzel. He's already playing.
I saw the best idea online. Someone said, let's bring it all the way back around and recast Kang as Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard still learned his damn lesson. He's still a narcissistic asshole, so I don't think that's gonna work.
I don't know, but
super hard to work with. I'm gonna be real with you.
You can even like rope it in the canon where it's like, oh yeah, that was Kang keeping an eye on Tony Stark in that first movie. That wasn't real.
And he just like sprinkled it, and now it was Don Cheadle. I don't know, man. I mean, I would love that for Terrence Howard, but like he still is kind of a
difficult to work.
Loopy in the brain a little bit.
A
little hard to work. I would love that though. I like Terrence Howard as an actor. He puts his all into it, but he's also it's like wrangling cats working with that man. So
that's one of the big things I've seen is everyone just throwing out like every black actor.
I said Denzel Washington. Just give it to him.
Yeah, but again, it's like, do they want Kang's? I mean, how old is Denzel? I mean, he's still making
babes. It don't matter. Denzel's looked like he's 40 for the last 40 years. It don't matter.
That's true.
It's like Morgan Freeman was born old. Denzel has been stuck at the age 40 in his face forever. So
Harrison Ford's like what 80, and they just had him do an Indiana Jones movie. So yeah, I guess.
But did they really? I mean, he just stood around and they shot around him like. Cool as fuck, like her. It's like, I need my Manolo Blahniks. Get to work.
Oh.
Well, I think we're done here.
I was gonna say, boy, I thought this was gonna be a short episode. Just us saying, no, we didn't like it. Sorry.
I mean, like I said, I appreciate what James Wan tried to do, but like the story was just so bad, so convoluted, and it was just too much controversy and too many issues surrounding it for it to have ever been a good movie anyway.
Yeah. And again, if you're going to take this long of a break between movies, you better come out with a damn good movie.
A banger. And it was a pooper.
Oh, well, we know why.
It was a turd, some would say.
It was an Amanda Amber. All right. So.
See you in 2025.
Well, I was going to say, we're going to be back next week with one of our old school Capes and Lunatics where Lilith and I will just talk new comics.
Yay.
But you know what the next movie coming out in February? I think it's February, right, Lilith?
What is it?
Madam Web.
Oh, I mean, at least I can watch that with the sound off.
Me too. I wonder if we can...
I should not do that because actually Amanda Sweeney hates that. I mean, Amanda Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney hates that.
Sweeney, so. Yeah. I was gonna say maybe we'll get Dave Finn on here because now he's all obsessed with Sydney. He saw her, he's like, oh yeah, I'm on board for this movie.
She's actually a really good actress though. I enjoyed her in White Lotus season 1. There's also this other movie. I can't think of it now. I think it was like an indie movie. She was really good in. So. But Euphoria, absolute terrible character.
Again, I'm hoping for the best, but it is a Sony, so I don't know.
Listen, they did it to the Spider-Verse. Like I'm still holding on.
I know, but I mean it's live action Sony.
I don't know. I have a soft spot for Dakota, so
okay, yeah.
I have a soft spot for a lot of those people in the movie, so we'll see.
I wonder.
I mean, if it could be as good as Venom or Venom 2, because that's the bar. I don't think it's that hard. It is a little bit of a convoluted story, though, so I'm interested to see how it plays out.
They're throwing Ezekiel in a costume. We'll see.
I think it's definitely going to put butts in the seats, at least.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you got some big names on there. Again, it's an attractive cast of ladies. So, I mean, yeah, I can see it. But do you think it's going to get as much crap as the Marvels did?
No, actually.
Or is that the Brie Larson?
I think, like I said, Brie Larson was the biggest issue with that.
Yeah.
They don't really have anybody problematic on the cast, so. But it is a Sony movie, and I know people are hesitant. But I think people. What day in February? Is it like around Valentine's Day? Because you can get the girls want to take the guys taking the girls, and then you can also have like Galentine's Day.
Oh yeah, because didn't they do that with the first Deadpool movie?
Yeah.
I think I'm right. Let me see.
I wouldn't say it was the first week of February though.
It's literally must be a Friday. It literally comes out on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Yeah, I think people are gonna have fun with it. I think they're gonna go to dates. They're gonna have Galentine's Day because it is like a female-led movie, superhero. I think it'll do all right.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, it's a Wednesday, but it says the 14th.
Yeah, most movies open on Wednesdays now. They do their soft opens.
Okay. I was gonna say they didn't release Aquaman. I thought they were gonna.
Yeah, they did. They released it on that Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Because everywhere I saw it said the 22nd. I was like,
yeah, they had like the. What do they call it? The special screening Wednesday, and then it's open on Thursday to like the late show, and then they do the full release on Friday. That's kind of the model now.
But I thought they did like a full around the holiday. They thought they usually released it early, like Wednesday full release. But
yeah, someplace they did full release. It's just not around me. I just know it was like the late showing Thursday, and then they did a couple of early showings on that Wednesday. Huh. But you have to be like, well, I don't think you had to be super quick for those Wednesday tickets, but usually you do have to be quick for the Wednesday tickets. So,
all right, kids. So yeah, we'll be back next week.
Gang War is going to be a topic, so send us your thoughts on what's going on in Gang War.
One of the many topics, yes. And then again, we'll probably the next movie review will be Madam Web in February. So
and also Howard the Duck. Give me some feedback for Howard the Duck, people. That came out recently. Got the variant cover, not the regular cover.
You know how duck penises work, right?
All right. So, yes. So, send us all your thoughts. Again, kids, all the shows now. Send us feedback and you can win a prize. So, come on. Try to give away prizes. People don't even want to.
I don't see my Christmas gift. Where's my Christmas gift, Philip?
Oh, it's behind my head there. It's like,
behind your big head? Okay, cool.
Yeah. See right there. Right beside Prime. Yep. Yes. The Michael Keaton Batman, kids. That's a little.
Seth MacFarlane Gold Edition.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah. Let's let Hellfire give
only the best for Philly.
Let's let Hellfire give some good gifts. I mean, if you want to date her and hopefully survive it, yeah. I mean, let's let Hellfire give some good gifts. All right. So yeah, send us thoughts. You may receive a prize. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Again, you could win a prize. Lil's gonna love my new how I promote Patreon. All right, kids. Remember, you can all find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merch. I mean, please, for God's sake, buy a t-shirt or a phone case. Come on. And of course, the Patreon, because as great as it was this year, I guarantee you in 2024, Lilith Hellfire is going to be
more vicious and brutal than ever.
And you don't want to miss
true.
that. That's right. 2024, Lilith says.
Overrated is going to be a staple for sure. Watch out, Lauren Barber.
So you really want to get to that Patreon, kids.
I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon. Bird time.
All right, kids. So find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right.
I'm not on social media.
I was going to say, I think she scrubbed herself from the internet, kids. So I don't think you can contact her. But again, if you need to get a hold of her, you can always email me and I'll.
Yeah, send all the dick pics to Phil.
No.
DM him, Nightwing PD.
Send them to Justin.
Oh, hold on. Let me grab a handful of this.
Yeah, send all the dick pics to you know who.
It's me, your old pal, the owl.
Told you. Oh, do you know now? Like Russell, he has a bleeped one.
Oh, that's naughty.
Oh no, not that one. All right, here we go.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas. My Tweety bird just went off just in time for that.
Hello.
I love how Phil has discovered the bleep button and now.
Well, again, there was so much gold in there, but he's like effing all over the place. I was like, oh. It's like you. He gets drunk and it's just the F bomb comes flying out.
Boo, long-head Superman, boo.
Justin!
I know. Like we called him out on the Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast.
Don't shock the monkey.
Unconsensually, anyway.
Exactly.
Cobra, la 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 la.
Oh, yeah, he graduated to his own page. Him and Russell graduated to their own pages now because there's so much madness going on.
Double biscuits for me.
Oh my!
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, we'll be back next week to talk some new comics. Kids should be reading your Daredevil Black Armor, your Punisher,
Your Howard the Ducks.
yes, with our Punisher with our new friend of the show, David Tepos.
And of course, your standard Daredevils, Spider-Mans.
Although if you're not reading Amazing, I'm not going to blame you. All right.
Ultimate!
Oh, yeah, it's coming, kids. Oh, you know we're going to cover that somewhere, kids.
Yeah, on Spider-Cat.
Oh, yeah. All right, kids. Thanks for joining us in 2023. Come back 2024. Hopefully, if you saw this movie, you don't feel all wet. Not that way, you pervert.
It was